Hey guys, what's going on? It's Teenage Night, and if you couldn't tell by the title of this or the thumbnail, this is the one episode every season that I dedicate to just showing all the stats and awards before I get into the playoffs. And first things first, we're going to look at standings before we go look at anything else, so everyone can see how their favorite teams did. And as you can see, we get the number 2 seed because I really don't know how it comes down to that if the two teams aren't in the same division. Maybe it's conference wins and conference losses. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it looks like 11-1 in the NFC for Detroit and 10-2 for me, and they get the number 1 seed. So maybe that's how it's decided. Not positive once it comes down to main 2 records tying if they never played each other. But then you got the Patriots at 12-4, Seahawks at 13-3, Packers 12-4, Titans 10-6, 49ers 10-6, Giants 10-6 and missing the playoffs, Jaguars 10-6, Chiefs 9-7, Steelers 9-7, Broncos 9-7, Bills 8-7-1, Chargers 8-8, Cardinals 8-8, the Panthers are 8-8 and barely made it into the playoffs. Falcons at 8-8, Ravens at 8-8, Texans 7-9, Bucks 7-9, Cowboys 7-9, and Bengals 6-10, Redskins 6-10, Saints 6-10, Vikings 6-10, Rams 5-11, Dolphins 5-10-1, Browns 4-11-1, Colts 4-12, Raiders 4-12, Jets 4-11-1. And the Bears with the number 1 overall pick at 13-3. And since I wasn't really paying attention while I was saying that, where are the Bills finishing? So in case you care to know, Johnny Manziel is actually on the Bills in this, and they finished 8-7-1 and missed the playoffs. Now I'm going to show you what the playoffs look like on the NFC side and show you what happened, because if you remember, I lost to the Seahawks, so I was worried that they were going to go 14-2 also, and I was going to get the number 3 seed, but luckily they lost, so I get the number 2. Green Bay comes in, and they're like the 5th seed because the Lions won that division, so that division looked pretty tough this year. 49ers are in at 6th seed because Seahawks won that division, but then the Giants don't make it in, the Cardinals don't make it in, but the Panthers make it in. And if I remember, yeah, the Falcons right here at 8-8. Had the Falcons beat me, they would have won, because you can tell by the streak right here that the Panthers won the last game of the season for them. So the Carolina Panthers wouldn't have made the playoffs if the Falcons had beaten me, because they would have ended up 9-7 and winning the division. So yeah, sucked for them. And now the AFC playoff bracket is Patriots at number 1, Titans get a bye week at 10-6. Wow. Jaguars looking like they get the 5th seed because Titans won that division. Chiefs get the 3rd. Steelers get the 4th. Broncos get the 5th, I think. Yeah, Broncos get the 5th, or 6th actually. Broncos get the 6th. So that's the playoff standings there. Looks like the Bills barely missed out on the playoffs. Sucks to be them. Alright, so now we're going to go look at the other stuff. Already 5 minutes into the video. Oh well. This may be a long video, not positive. If I can find it here. It's somewhere in the top stories. Never mind, I'll just go over to the actual like awards. So we'll go to, is it here? Oh no, I just saw the awards, never mind. So we're gonna look at the awards before we go look at season stats, which is what I'm most excited to see, because I've only checked them a couple times this season. I really don't know how well the team did. So we're gonna look at yearly awards, and your MVP is Matt Stafford, and 2nd place was E.J. Manuel. Then Russell Wilson. Calvin Johnson was 4th. And Roethlisberger at 9-7. Flacco, Newton, Osweiler, Jamal Charles, And for the purpose. Okay. So now, Coach of the Year, Chip Kelly. Alright. That's what I like to see. So apparently that's all we can check. There is no Rookie of the Year, I guess. I don't remember that not being a thing. How many Eagles did we have make the Pro Bowl? Even though I still can't play it. Hopefully that's fixed in Madden 15. EJ Manuel. So that's 1. Oh, there's another. Ted Ginn made it. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even though they let up a ton of sacks, they still are going to have my entire offensive line starting the Pro Bowl. So I think that was 7 and 8. Connor Barwin. Come on, can we reach double digits? 9 with Brandon Boykin, 10 with Kerry Williams, 11 with Patrick Chung. Patrick Chung actually starting. And 12 with Donnie Jones. Really? I don't think I've ever had my punter make the Pro Bowl. Alright. I'm happy with that. I'm good with what we got there. And now to go look at season stats, which is probably going to be the longest part of this. And yeah, I need to go back over. Yeah, that. Alright, season stats. First, we're going to look at team and see how the team did, and then we'll go look and see how the rest of the league did. EJ Manuel, 34 TDs, 7 picks. Barkley, this looks like just those couple games that he played in. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Those 2 picks both came against Carolina. Carolina demolished us. Longest pass of 70 yards. And then this is the stat that surprised me the most, probably, on the year. Because last year, I think we let up 13. I didn't lose anyone on the offensive line, and I let up 65. I'm thinking I just held on to the ball a lot longer, and that resulted in me getting sacked a lot more. So that's what I'm thinking happened there. 207 for 386, 53% completed, 38 for Barkley. Yards per attempt, 9.8, 230 yards per game. Played in all 16 games and played 874 downs. Barkley only played 85 downs. So now we'll scroll back over and go to rushing. LaShawn McCoy barely breaking 1,000 yards. Darius Raynaud 846. 10 TDs for LaShawn McCoy. Raynaud only had 3 TDs on the year. That's pretty rough. EJ Manuel fumbled the ball 17 times. Oh my god, I don't remember that happening. I remember one game, like he fumbled 4 or 5, but I didn't know he fumbled 17 times on the year. Holy crap. Broken tackles, only 3. Longest run, 81. Yeah. So in less than half the season played, LaShawn McCoy ran for over 1,000 yards, which means he was on pace for 2,000. But what are you going to do with injuries? Raynaud played in every game. Yeah, 336 downs played. So it sucks that he only played in 7 of the games. Hopefully we can keep him throughout the playoffs. Receiving wise, Deshaun Jackson with 54 catches, 1,100 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Cooper, 32, 598, and 6 TDs. Ginn only caught 29 passes. See, this was one stat that I was really concerned about because I thought with the sliders I'd get more realistic reception numbers. But, like, this is my number 2 receiver and only caught the ball 29 times. But 499 yards and 7 touchdowns for Ted Ginn. McCoy caught the ball a few times. My big tight end only caught the ball 18 times, but he had 5 touchdowns. McCluster, can I go look how many drops he had? Is that not a stat that we can look at anymore? Because it was ridiculous. He dropped the ball so much. Bryce Butler, Chris Boyd only had 1 touchdown. It was a pretty good one if I do say so myself. And then that's pretty much it for that. Now we'll go look at defensive. Or no, we'll look at blocking. Who led up the most sacks on the year? Lane Johnson, you gotta be kidding me. 18 sacks. 14 by Jason Peters, 9 by Harrimans, 4 by Kelsey, 4 by Mathis. And then I don't even know why he was in the game. I guess he might be like the long snapper. I'm not sure. Defense. All right, this is the stat I want to look at. Most tackles. D'Amico Ryans. Should have expected that. Followed by our safety, Patrick Chung. I don't know if that should actually be there, because that tells me that the running backs got through our defensive line and linebackers a lot. That or we let a lot of passes get completed. Tackles for loss, it's got to be Patrick Chung, right? No, Connor Barwin with 25. Followed by Trent Cole, then D'Amico Ryans, then Quentin Groves. Whenever I signed Quentin Groves, I didn't expect him to really do anything. At most, I expected him to make a few tackles. I didn't know he'd play as well as he did throughout the year. Sacks. It's got to be, yeah, Connor Barwin with 19, followed by Kruger with 7, Trent Cole with 6, Fletcher Cox with 6. Interceptions. Let's look at this. And that last game, the 3 interceptions by Patrick Chung put him at number 1 on the team, followed by Brandon Boykin, Josh Wilson, Kerry Williams, Jalen Mills, who I just drafted this year, D'Amico Ryans with 2, and then all these guys got 1. I was actually pretty excited to see Chris Davis get 1, because if you remember, I drafted him my technical first season. Ty Zimmerman got 1. I wish he had gotten more. He dropped a lot. Earl Wolf had 1, which is nice. Yeah, that's about it. Now let's look at kicking, because this year, yeah, he missed 9 field goals this year, 75%, when last season he missed a total of 2. So that's nice. We scored 62 touchdowns on the year. That's pretty good, I would assume. Alright, let's go back to passing. Let's go see who led the NFL and all this stuff. Should be pretty interesting. How long are we on the video now? 12 minutes. So this video may not be as long as I thought it would be. NFL. Alright, highest passer rating is EJ Manuel with a 109.2. Most yards on the season is Joe Flacco with over 4,600 yards. Stafford with 4,500. Roethlisberger 42. Phillip Rivers 4,000 yards. Osweiler almost 4,000. Just trying to see where everyone else finished on here. Sam Bradford had a decent year. Okay, maybe not touchdown reception wise, but yardage wise he did. Okay, so now who led the NFL in touchdown passes? EJ Manuel with 34. That's shocking. No one crossed 40 touchdowns. Only 2 quarterbacks threw over 30. 8 people ran the ball more this year. Not sure. Interceptions. Matt Ryan with 20. I think 4 of them coming in the last game. So, Phillip Rivers with 18. Alex Smith with 18. Hey, Alex Smith is a Titan. I don't remember that happening. Andy Dalton 17. Andrew Luck 17. AJ McCarron's apparently the Jags quarterback. Aaron Murray with 16. Picked off a lot of these quarterbacks. Okay. Who was sacked the most? I have a feeling I know this answer. No, it was not EJ Manuel. Ryan Mallett was sacked 71 times. And he only played in 14 games. Because whenever I played the Saints, Blake Bell was the starter. Alright then. So EJ with 65, Mike Glennon 58, Sam Bradford 53, Brandon Weeden 49, Hudson Mason 44. So that's the way that all went. Highest passing completion percentage. Aaron Rodgers completed 71% of his passes on the year. Tyler Wilson completed 64, Stafford 63, Roethlisberger 63, Rivers 62, Braxton Miller 61, Jimmy Clausen 60. I guess he's the Patriots starting quarterback now? No, he's not. And I had a massive voice crack right there. But no, he's not. Okay. And yeah, that's all we need to look at for that. Go over to rushing wise. And I know LaShawn did not lead the NFL in rushing this year. But who led the NFL in attempts? Stephen Ridley with 1,400 yards. Okay. Not too bad. So Jamal Charles had over 1,900. Oh, he finished 25 yards away from 2,000 yards. Wow, he led the NFL like 500 yards. Doug Martin, Stephen Ridley, Matt Forte, Marshawn Lynch, Shane Vereen, Zach Stacy, Le'Veon Bell, LaShawn McCoy. Where is... Wow, what happened to Adrian Peterson? Did he get injured at some point? He still played 12 games, but he only averaged 75 yards a game. Wow, that's shocking. I'm a big fan of Adrian Peterson because if you didn't know, I'm an Oklahoma fan, so because I live here, but so I really follow OU players a lot in the NFL. Calvin Johnson, 1,600 yards. Antonio Brown, Randall Cobb, Steve Smith, Jordy Nelson, Mike Thomas, Larry Fitzgerald, Roddy White, AJ Green. Did Deshaun Cross? I thought Deshaun crossed 1,000 yards. Did I just pass him up? I could have swore Deshaun Jackson passed 1,000 yards receiving, didn't he? Am I just passing him? Actually, hold on. Let's scroll down to the Eagles and see if I'm just passing him up. Yeah, it says 1,100 yards. Maybe I just passed him. I'm not sure. Because I didn't see his name up there. It's not up here. What? Hold on. Maybe it is. I was still sorted by receptions. Hold on. There he is, 1123. Alright. So who led the NFL in receptions? Wow, Sammy Watkins only had one catch. I don't think that's how it's going to go in real life. But that one catch was for 71 yards and a touchdown. Holy crap. I still don't think that's how it's going to go in real life, though. Calvin Johnson, 114 yards, or 114 reception. Steve Smith is one catch away from 100 yards. Blocking. Who was the worst offensive lineman in the NFL this year? Oh, hold on. Yeah, right there. Byron Stingley from St. Louis. I mean, New Orleans. I don't know why I said St. Louis. Well, Lane Johnson's up there. Lane Johnson's really good in real life. Why is he... Whatever. Okay, so tackles. Sean Lee is a Bengal, and he led the NFL in tackles. Where's Kuechly? Shouldn't Kuechly be somewhere up here? No idea. Not gonna sit there and scroll through everybody. Who led the NFL in sacks? Elvis Dumerville had 23, Clay Matthews 22, Ryan Kerrigan 21, Anthony Spencer 20, Barwin 19. Okay. Interception wise, Patrick Chung led the NFL in interceptions. What? I'm not really sure how he did that, but why is he the only Eagle up here? See, there's Chung, but I know Boykin had 8. So Boykin was second in the NFL, which is nice. So I had the top 2 interception leaders. That's pretty cool. Who allowed the most catches? Usama Young, not really sure. Deflections, who led the NFL? Charles Godfrey. Forced fumbles. That is going to be Patrick Chung. Oh my god. Patrick Chung played like a beast this year. Did anyone block a kick? Did we have any? Hold on. So KJ Wright had 65,000 fumble return yards on 1 fumble recovery. Awesome. Safeties. Any safeties this year? Yes. 3. Touchdowns. Who had the most offensive touchdowns? Jarris Bird, Alteron Werner. Did any Eagles? I'll have to look at that one whenever I go back, I guess. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of these. But this is going on 20 minutes. And kicking. Who was the most accurate kicker this year? And the most accurate kicker was... No, I don't want extra points. Dang it. Why did I click that? Field goal percentage. Nope. Field goal percentage, not field goal long. Most accurate kicker was Steven Gostkowski, who only missed 2, with Connor Barth only missing 2, Shane Graham missing 3, Josh Brown missing 4. Okay, now we will go, because I really want to see if any Eagles actually had any defensive touchdowns. So we're going to look at that really quick. And because I don't know why he wasn't showing up on the board, but he should. D'Amico had one, Earl Wolf, and Brandon Boykin. Alright, so Boykin had one? I don't remember him getting a pick 6. Maybe he did. Alright, but now we will go look at so far what the playoffs have done. Just so you can see if your favorite team that's not the Eagles tried to slipped into the playoffs, see how they did. League schedule. And we will go with postseason wild card. So the Broncos beat the Chiefs. It could very well be a Broncos-Eagles rematch in the Super Bowl. San Francisco beat Seattle, Pittsburgh beat Jacksonville, and Green Bay ran through Carolina. So this round is going to be Broncos at Patriots, and Manning's retired, so it won't be Manning versus Brady, but 49ers versus Lions, Steelers at Titans, and Packers at Eagles. Now, if you remember, last season was Packers at Eagles in the conference championship. So that should be pretty interesting. And now we go back. And go over here. Yeah, there's the news, but I can't scroll over. Alright, so next video of this series will be the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles to see who moves on to the conference championship. Hopefully you enjoyed, and please come back for that video.